welcome back to another video, and this is gonna be the first video in which we are gonna talk about events. And today we are gonna be talking about one weekly event which we can see in our alliance. It's called Antpede. Now we have another one that's Pompeii. Alliance League is going on, and rest we will see. Now Antpede is one of the very important events that happen every week, and if your alliance don't have Antpede, you'll see in your map this particular building. It's an alliance building. If your alliance don't have it, I would recommend going to an active alliance that does have it, and they do this particular event every week. Mostly you can find that on your alliance board. Let me see if we have it. If we're not, I'm gonna add it. Antpede, yes, we do it every Monday 15 UTC. So you'll see on alliance boards if they have Antpede, and they do launch it. Now why it is important? Because of this little thing called carbon steel. This is one of those places where you can get it for very free, just to play for 30 minutes. So let's go over a little bit about this event. Let me read it real quick. Alliance officers launch Antpede, exercise make wave trap to lure Antpede out, and we launch rallies on them. And when the Antpede is defeated, its HP reduced to 0. All members receive participation rewards. So usually that is I'm gonna show what rewards we get. I need to find it. We did do it yesterday. Now when rupture effect is stacked 25 times, the target squad will be instantly defeated. Is basically so when this happens, no matter you are a tier 1 player or a tier 6 player, tier 1 troop squad or rally or tier 6 rally, your rally will die. So that's how it works. Now basically what are the rules? So this is a 30-minute event, happens every Monday, and so check your alliance for that. And this we already talked about, defeat the Antpede and stuff. And you can launch as many rallies on it. So usually you'll see like 40 rallies going on, depending on how active your alliance is. So, and every participating member is gonna earn basically the amount of damage based on the number of troops you send in the rally, or you launch your own rally. In that case, you get certain extra damage points, individual damage points. So now every 7 minutes, you get caves that appear. Around 2 to 3 caves will appear which you can scout, and you will get certain different rewards. Like, sometimes you get legendary fragment, sometimes you get normal search map, or for the most part you do get some resources. That's like a regular exploration of the cave that gives you. But yeah, usually you're looking for good stuff. Usually you do get it. And players who leave the alliance during the period will not receive any reward. So when Antpede is on, don't leave the alliance. So also after participating in the event, you won't be able to participate in the event in another alliance for 5 days. So this is very crucial. So if you say attended Antpede in your alliance, and you leave the alliance to get into another alliance to attend it, like very next hour they have another one, you cannot just jump alliance to collect rewards. It doesn't work that way. So these are few important things to note. Now you'll see a little donation button. Always donate to your Antpede. Now why do we have this? You complete daily missions, you get these energy cores, and you donate it over here. Basically, once you complete this, it increases like as you go different levels. You'll increase damage done to Antpede by 3% and one hidden cave. So the bigger level you're at, that much extra damage you deal to Antpede, and the more number of caves appear, that means more chances of getting good rewards. So usually you want to get to level 5, your alliance as a whole. Now, how to another thing before I jump onto that. Now, so these are the rankings of the last time. I was working on few things, so again, not in top 3, which is not good. Anyway, so ours is a new alliance in a new region, so we just finished our level 3 Antpede. So if you see, look at the damage factor over here. So this is like 160k to around below 330k. You get these rewards, and as the damage increases, the maximum damage for level 1 is 3.3 million. You get 37 carbon steel. So the moment you hit that mark on you'll see a little you can say a list on the top left where you'll see your ranking and how much damage you dealt. So if you deal 3.3 million for level 1, you'll get this much, 37 carbon steel. This is why you play this particular event anyways. Now in level 2, just keep the number in check for 3.3 million. 3.3 million plus you did get 37, still 37 for level 2. But if you do more than 4.5 million, you get 5 extra. So just keep in mind this 4.5. This is 42 for level 3. 4.5 above is 42 again. 7.5 you get 48. Now, as you go down, eventually you are gonna be level 10 and you'll be fighting level 10 Antpede. Before I forget, the higher the level, the more damage, more HP the Antpede will have, and the more damage you have to do to actually kill the Antpede to receive participation reward. So keep that in mind. By the time you hit level 10, you will have at least tier 5 players in your alliance. So you will be able to kill that Antpede, but it totally depends how many people shows up. So make sure you put Antpede at a time when most people can be active. Now let's come down to here. We were talking about 7.5 last time. You get 48, and eventually you will be at 83.5 million to get 126. Now this is a lot. We did talk about in equipments and parts video why carbon steel is important and where to get it from. Antpede was one of the best ways to get carbon steel. This much every week, it's a game changer. So if your alliance does Antpede, never miss it. So this is individual points reward. Alliance reward is, these are for participation if you kill the Antpede. If you don't, then you won't get it. By the time you are at level 10, mostly park is vacant, so it doesn't really matter. So to be precise, Antpede by the time you get to level 10 will die mostly. So these are just whatevers about it. Mainly you play for carbon steel. This get to level 10 eventually, and this 126 is so important. Make sure you get to 83.5 million damage. Your rank pretty much is fine, does not matter too much. Individual points damage does. Now the next question comes down to how to deal the maximum damage. So this is your Antpede building. If you click on it, start battle. This is the information you can see. Now level 5 is not gonna happen. First we need to kill level 4, then we'll move on to the rest of the levels. So this is gonna be coming next Monday. Mode is gonna be, you can schedule it to run by itself, or you just start now and it will start. Mostly alliances keep it this way so they can make sure that people are online to start it. So you most likely won't see this, but so that's one thing. Now main important thing is over here. Effects that increase the amount of damage dealt to zombie will not affect the powerful Antpede. So Antpede is not a zombie. So any hero that you have that deals extra damage to zombies won't count for this. You just have to, the way you do a PvP fight, you send out the most damage dealing squad, send that. Zombie extra damage won't count. Now troop type, this is important. It's a ranged squad, Splinter. Spitter, ranged squad. Now we know that ranged squad does more damage to infantry but takes more damage from riders. So when you launch your rally, make sure that you're launching it with rider squad. As many riders as you can. I have enough troops to launch a full rally with riders. I do that. And if I'm sending my other 4 marches to join any other rallies, I make sure that I'm sending all the riders, because you get individual points based on how many troops you sent and the kind of troops you sent. So send out riders. That will give you the most amount of damage. And so that's about what kind of troops you should use. Now next question comes down to what did we make? We make a wood center. Cool. Yeah. So what kind of heroes you should use? Pretty much you should use the heroes that are gonna deal more damage, obviously. But one more important thing is the rage recovery you have for your rally that you launched, because when you join any rally of another player, that player's the hero that the player is using, that hero and the armament and equipments are gonna count, not yours. So if you're joining any rally, it doesn't matter what kind of heroes you are sending, it matters the troops that you're sending. So always send riders. But if you're launching a rally, make sure that you are dealing as much damage, which is gonna happen if you are having the best rage recovery possible, because the more skill drops you do, the more damage you are dealing. And in this case, you can potentially do this is what I recommend doing, is your lead should be the one that is a good damage dealer, plus increases range squad attack, because it's gonna be a fight, so the more your riders are gonna deal damage, the better it is. You get more individual points. Now this is gonna be first thing. Second thing is who's gonna be a good pair. Lewis is a very good pair because he deals a lot of damage, even though he's not a rider. Like, he's gonna increase the range squad HP, and every skill is basically, he's a range hero. He does provide range recovery. This is huge. With say Catherine, if you're running Catherine with riders, she does have skill tree to increase rage recovery. Add another hero on top of it that is gonna provide rage as part of the skill. It's gonna be using basic attack, so it's pretty good. So the whole idea is to have a pair that is gonna do as much skill drop as possible and increases rider squad attack. A lot of people you'll see will run Bella and Lewis just because of that, because their rage recovery is amazing. This skill cycle is like less than 7 seconds. Pretty good. If now comes down to what heroes you can use. If you have now early game, you have very limited heroes to work with. So if you have your spender, you have Catherine awakened, use Catherine. You can use her with Cynthia to increase the rider squad attack, or you can use her with you can say any hero that does a good single target damage. Liam, many people you'll see run Liam because of single target damage. He does provide good decent amount of single target damage, and also it increases the squad attack by 15%. Not bad. Early game, totally good. Akemi does provide increased squad attack. That's good, and decent amount of damage factor dealt. And travel speed doesn't really matter, and zombie skill doesn't matter too much. Again, Park, he does increases. Where did it go? Also, Park might not work best. Who else can be a good player early in the game? People do run Maxine because she does give like 7,000 damage factor if people manage to awaken her early on in the game. Do too many the biochemical zombie, and if you manage to awaken her, good. I've seen people use it. Not a bad choice, but again, there are better choices. So that would be one. If you don't have Catherine, you can run Jaden. Early in the game, you get all the fragments from your memory trip. If you have first skill maxed out, I think before awakening it's 8,000 damage. Not a bad damage. I've seen people run Jaden with Liam early in the game because of the damage factor and attack boost. Plus, he's a leader tree, so his skills are not bound to any troop type. So, this one basic just because he gets some attack increment, and Liam will provide some. So, because of those things, he's a okay player, like a good pair you can use in Antpede early in the game. And pretty much he's free. You get him for free. Just play 7 days, you'll get him. So early game, that is one particular pair that you can use if you are focusing on Cynthia, because you're not focusing on Catherine. If you are focusing on Cynthia, then you can use her, and you can use her with again Liam. Everybody will have in the early game, and you can even use Charlie. Charlie, again, his AoE won't matter because he's a single target, and rage recovery is going to be slow as well. He's an infantry type hero, so that's why I don't really use him in Antpede for the most part. But yeah, you can so that would be another pair you can have. So for early game, you can have Catherine, Cynthia, one pair, Catherine, Liam, another pair you can have, and even Catherine Akemi you can have. Now, same goes for Cynthia. Cynthia you can run with Liam or Akemi, would work good. And you can even run Jaden. If you don't have either of those, you can run Jaden and Liam. Both of them are free, and you can pretty much upgrade them, their first skill at least, and their skill about their damage increment, squad attack. So those can be upgraded pretty quickly. So that is a very good pair to use. Now, I upgraded her just because of Top Commander. I awakened her, and she's okay to run range in the beginning to get extra. If you're running a range rally, you can use her because of extra attack buff that she provides, and extra this is during siege, but yeah, extra range attack and defense. So any kind of attack buff that you can get during Antpede is a good buff. So I've seen people running CO Gina in the beginning. So yeah, so that's about beginning of the game. Later in the game we have again many options. My favorite is Bella and Louis. I run this one a lot. Usually get my 83.5 million pretty quickly. Mostly less than 10 minutes. Less than 10. By 15 minutes I usually am done with that. So this is one good pair you can run. I've seen people run Bella and Alina, because technically it is flank. So many rallies going on one Antpede, it is getting flanked. Pretty good damage for your personal points. So you can use them if you have them, and you can obviously run any rider pair that you like. Alina and Catherine, Alina and Cynthia, or Bella, Alina, Bella, Catherine, all good pairs. And yeah, with that, so the whole point is for your Antpede, use rider squads as much as possible, or ranged. Don't go for infantry, or you will have less personal points. And the game is all about personal points. It's not about you can say it is basically about personal points to get your carbon steel. Now let me quickly check report for Antpede from yesterday. Might find it somewhere. Quite a few things happened in 4 hours apparently. 6 hours ago, let's see. Oh, you looking at it the wrong place. 2 days ago. Antpede hunt. Okay, yes. Now, this is one of the cave scouts that I did. I did got legendary fragment. This is the basic thing that you always will get. If you just scouted, you'll get that. This is one of the rallies that we did. And Antpede hunt. This was another cave that I explored. So those were a few things. Again, I got this. Pretty decent rewards that time I got. Now, Antpede disappeared. I wanna see. Yeah. So this is what the claim was. We did kill the Antpede, and these were the personal points. Now this is what you play for. My personal damage was this much, and I got the maximum reward. This is what you play for. So everything related to Antpede you'll see over here, especially your scouts. So do not forget to keep the timer in check. It does appear on the top of Antpede HP bar when the cave will appear. Do explore the cave and use rider squad, maximum damage, heroes with good rage recovery. So those are the 3 takeaways for Antpede. And make sure your alliance does actively participate in Antpede so you get the maximum benefit. And with that, this is very long explanation about Antpede. I hope if most of the things are clear. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments and I will make sure that I reply. And with that, I'll talk to you guys soon in the next video.